one thing I love about this passageway is that there is literally something for everybody. Drop a nine if you understand. We're tuned in from all different backgrounds, coming from different locations, but shared here for one purpose, which is to learn a little bit more information. And if you got on here tonight just to learn a little bit more, to fill your cup and to become a little bit better, drop me a seven in the chat box. For those of you all who may not know, my name is Tia Bolden. I go by this industry as the Tia Bolden. I am currently 29 years old, and I began this journey back when I was 22 years old. And when I got started, I was in graduate school, and I simply listened to this information because I wanted to make more money. So, out of transparency, drop a three in the chat box if you're here today because you just want to make some more money. Out of 41,000 people, you could use a little bit of extra income. You could use an increase in your pockets, and that's why you're here. And I'm glad that we can be honest with each other about that fact because the truth of the matter is that in our current economy, a lot of people need help. A lot of people need assistance. And I want you all to understand a little bit about my story. About 6 years ago, I was sitting in the same seat as every single one of you. And when I made this decision, I didn't know anything about finance. I didn't have a background in entrepreneurship. I didn't know anything about multiple income streams. Drop a one if your family you didn't grow up talking about investing. You didn't talk about online income. You didn't talk about trading or Airbnb. But at some point, you realized that you wanted just a little bit more. And in a world where people are willing to bet on sports, but very seldom bet on themselves, I figured why not give myself a decision? Why not put myself in the game? Before I gamble on anything else in life, I'm going to give myself a chance. And that one decision is the reason that I'm here in front of you all today. I want you to know there's not much difference between me and you. When I was growing up, they told me engineering was the ticket. Drop a one if you ever heard that. If you want to make good money, major in engineering, you'll be set. You'll have a good retirement. So that's what I did. I was decent at math. I made great grades in science. So I majored in electrical engineering. I went to school. I got my bachelor's and my master's in electrical engineering. And while I was in graduate school, I was blessed to receive a full-time engineering job at the largest space company in the United States. If you know what it's called, drop the word NASA, NASA, the National Aeronautic and Space Administration. That's where I was working at 21 years old. I received accolades, I received honors, I received recognition. And I really could never speak down on the largest space company in the United States. I can never say anything bad about NASA because it gave me my first exposure to corporate. It gave me my first exposure to a six-figure income. It showed me what it feels like to take something that people told you to do and do pretty well at it. But what they didn't tell me before I started working at NASA was that I was going to have to sacrifice my time just to keep my money. I remember sitting at work, realizing that I was exchanging my hours for dollars. And if I was doing that, I wasn't really free. I said, I have family and friends. These are people that mean the most to me. Why are they the ones I spend the least of my time with? I said, what good is a six-figure income if I have to keep punching back in to continue to receive the income? It was in that time that I realized that I didn't want to trade my time for money. And drop a two if you've ever felt this way. Okay, I'm not here to shame or make anybody feel bad about working a job because truthfully, I started in this industry working a job. But drop a one if you understand it's okay to begin with the job, but I don't want you to end with the job. I want you to end living the life of your dreams, traveling as you please, feeling like your best self, operating in your highest being, and most importantly, making money the way you want to and not the way you're told to. And these three pillars are what made me learn more about Alpha Society. See, here in Alpha Society, we're a full-fledged lifestyle platform partnered with JIFU, where we focus on education, health, and travel. And through these sectors, we're able to lead people to the path to financial freedom. Now, drop a three if one of these three sectors interests you, because what I'm going to do today is a deep dive so that you understand the importance of all three, how they can impact you, and what we can assist you with on your lifestyle path to a higher journey. See, one thing I love about our platform is that everything is encompassed in one. You don't have to worry about having a little bit here, a little bit there. Everything comes together. Now, the first sector that I want to speak about is our education. Drop a one if you understand that education is the oxygen inside of our industry. It's the key to your fluid success. And the more education you have, the more success you can acquire. Here inside of our platform, when you first open the platform, the first thing you're told is about more education. You see live sessions for you to begin learning more and begin expanding your education. We have people like Manny Quiones, Kevin Serrano, individuals who are moguls inside of this industry, and a checker box here that lets you go further and further, seeing more of what we can learn about. Drop a one if you understand there's something all throughout the day in a time where everybody can plug in and become more and more successful through their educational journey. So I'm going to flip through this really quickly and show you just a little bit of our education, a little bit of what we're learning before we dive into the different sectors that we have our hands on. One thing I love about our platform is that education is our flagship. It's our proprietary information here. And we put our modules into academic understanding so that you can have access to it 24/7. Now, let me take a step deeper. I want to show you all our universities. Here on the screen, we have 6 comprehensive academies that teach you the different education available inside of our academics. Drop a one if you understand that we have people understanding e-commerce, people leading in crypto, people winning in foreign exchange, people winning in credit, people winning in social media, and leadership. And out of these 6, which one stands out to you the most? Which one would you be most interested in learning just a little bit more about? Which one? And actually today, you know what? I'll dive into one just for you all to kind of see and get a glimpse on the inside of what we really have our hands on. Okay, I see somebody said credit in the chat box. Let's go into credit just a little bit further. All right, and I'll show you all a glimpse. My guy, Jay Will, he's our credit educator at the moment. He does some incredible things in teaching us how to manage credit, how to balance credit, and how to understand credit. Let's look at a quick video. All these sessions will be available to you 24/7. And I just want to show you all a quick glimpse. Let's see. I'll give you all maybe a couple of minutes. Drop a one once you can hear this.
What that's saying to the bank is that saying you're responsible. That's saying you're always using your credit so they can keep making money on you long term with you being low risk because you self-police, you're responsible. And so they want you to have a balance. That's why they're willing to extend your credit limits when you pay your credit cards down and keep a low balance. They want to give you more and more and more money. And that's great because if you're responsible, then, guys, debt, a lot of people say, debt is bad and get out of debt and pay your debt. Guys, the biggest companies in the world have built their companies through debt, leveraging positive debt. That's taking OPM, other people's money, the bank's money, leveraged money, and being able to deploy that to make even more revenue. So if you borrow money at 5%.
All right. Drop a two if you learn something really quickly. Don't tell my mentor I gave y'all this much free game now. Don't tell my mentor I had y'all diving into the platform. I just wanted y'all to know that we're really learning over here. Can you drop an OPM if you learn something in just that 30 seconds? My guy Jay Will is not to be played with, and I heard we're going to have some special information from him this upcoming week. But I just wanted you all to see a little bit about our education and a little bit about the academics inside of our society. Drop a one if you're enjoying the education so far, because step number 2, and one of my personal favorites inside of our academy, is our live education and sessions. I'm going to hop over to our platform here. Inside of our platform, one thing that I love the most before I get into our live education is that we want to make sure that you have a full-fledged understanding of what's taking place. So we break down every single academy and give you live education on each one. That's where you're going to learn and expand your knowledge. But on top of you understanding what's going on, we have our educators going live. It's almost like a Netflix for your financial education at multiple times throughout the day to make sure that you're learning. Drop a 3 if you understand. We have times here to make sure that whether you're a soccer mom, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a college student, you have a moment to plug in and dive deeper into your educational success. Some people are more visual learners. They have to learn while things are taking place. So while the markets are open or while the markets are moving, we have real-time mentorship where you can ask questions, where you can understand what's being made, and you can get clarity along your way. Drop a 4 if you feel a sense of assurance just from having this much clarity. Let's see who's live right now. Okay, Julio is live right now. Let's see.
El
I hope
Bitcoin
this is English.
llega a una zona imbalanceada,
Oh,
pero me llama la atención lo que veo en una hora. ¿Y qué es lo que yo veo en una hora? Quiebres estructurales.
okay, drop a
¿Por qué?
two if you
Porque vemos
understand. I
cómo el
don't know
mercado
what he's
iba con
saying,
una
but I can
tendencia al alza.
feel the value
Él
in
iba
what he's
queriendo subir.
giving because of the frequency that he's on. And I know that he's talking dinero. And we have channels that are taking place in English, in Spanish, in German, all across the world. Somebody said 222 Bitcoin. Drop a two if you understand. You may not know the exact language, but you know that you can succeed by the education inside of our academy. One thing I do want to show you all, one of my brothers and one of my favorite educators was actually brought onto our educational platform today, Mr. J. Wall. And I just want to shout him out really quickly. He had his first session on the platform this morning, and I want to give you all a sneak peek at that. Drop a two if I can give you a sneak peek. Can we sneak peek at J. Wall, or have we given too much access today? Let me know. If we provided too much, we don't have to, but I'd love to show you all just a little bit of what we have our hands on. And here we go at the bottom. He just hosted his session this morning, and already tonight we have the recording here in the recorded sessions. So if you're busy during the day or you may work during the day, just know that at night you can plug in and still attain access. So let's see. Let's go to, I want to show you all just a snippet because Jay Awal is always providing immense value. I just want you to see what it's like on the inside. And here he's showing us some chart work from probably the previous week. Let's check it out.
Okay, the dollar index going up it was pretty clear, right? The market made a higher high, another higher high, and now another higher high. This is a higher low, and this is our new higher low. Now on Friday we marked this up, and we were anticipating on Sunday, Monday, a rise on this pair, okay? We drew our zone based off of previous resistance turned into support. We noticed that at 10 a.m. we saw a reaction here. If you notice that on Sunday, the market opened having had broken this counter trend line right here, and then came one consolidated over the night, and then Monday, London session, it rose.
All right, drop a one in the chat box. You may not understand the lines, you may not understand the boxes, but if you hopped in here and the market rose like he said, drop a four if you understand you are on the winning side of this setup. I just want to show you all a little bit of how things work on our English channels. We're literally making the market just a little bit easier. Our scanners and tools, and this is what I want to show you all next, are step 3 of our educational platform. Scanners do to the market what a study guide does to a test. Makes it a little bit easier for you to win. And one of my favorite scanners as of late is titled Trend Wave. It literally gives you previous trends in the market and shows you potential zones and areas of you to enter and areas to exit. Drop a one if you understand that you may not understand everything at first, but having these tools makes it just a little bit simpler. Just this morning, I was able to find a potential trade setup on SPX. Okay, we sold SPX this morning and we were able to catch a pretty good amount of profit just by being in position and utilizing these scanners. This type of education, this type of information is what makes things excited for me. I know a lot of people are looking at this like, I don't have any experience. I don't know how this works. I wasn't taught this when I was younger. And here we want to bridge the gap between where you were before and where you are going. Now, I know some of you all are saying to yourselves, I don't have the time. I'm not tech savvy. I'm a little too busy. Drop a four if you have to do a little bit more application for this to make sense for you. Because for every single one of you all, I want to show you my favorite part of step 3, which is our copy, paste, progress. Drop a 3 if you ever copy pasted in school. I won't tell. Or you let somebody copy paste off of you in school, because here in these markets, our educators like Jay Awal and others, they understand that in your first couple of days, you may not understand everything that's taking place. You may not have a full grasp on the concepts, but you can still succeed by our copy paste progress. Here inside of our JIFU Connect app, our educators give live setups all throughout the day of potential market ideas. They give you the area that you should enter, the area that you should exit, and the area to protect your profits so that you have no choice but to succeed. So I'm going to scroll through some of these just so you all can see. And they're giving us various pairs, various setups. Here we have gold. And right here you see gold is up 100 pips. Drop 100 in the chat box if you understand somebody won on this setup by giving a copy paste profit. And I'll keep scrolling. Gold is still going in profit. My goodness. Gold reentry again for 98 in profit. Look at this. NZD USD closed 10 in profit. Gold again, 121 in profit. I could scroll all day. Okay. Gold again, 260 in profit. NZD USD exiting 20 in profit. Drop a dollar sign in the chat box if you understand this is simply an example of money being made real time inside of the JIFU Connect app. I understand you have to pick up the kids. I understand you have classes. I understand you have work and you may not be able to be on your phone, but here we're giving you the setups where you can put it in on your lunch break, go back to what you're doing and come back to like EUR USD 15 in profit. Okay. Drop a 7 if this is making some sense. These Connect apps are what's changing the game right now and making this process more and more attainable for people like you. Okay, and I'm just scrolling through. I actually think we're back to today now. Let me see. May 9th. Oh, no, we have to go a little bit further. I want you all to know that this is real time. Today, okay, AUD USD, buy by market. Okay, entry zone, sell limits, sell by market. And these are trades that people are in right now. If you're inside of our family and you've ever won off of the JIFU Connect app, drop a 7 in the chat box because I want you all to know your first couple of hours inside of our industry, you may not master trading. You may not master the concepts, but you will be put in position to apply the information and start seeing a result for yourself. Just last month alone, we were able to achieve incredible results for the month of April. On the crypto channel, we won 9 trades. Okay, lost 0 and achieved a total of 8,000 pips. Drop an 8 in the chat box if you know these are high results for continuous learning. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. On the FRX side, 50 market ideas were called in the month of April. So you don't have to worry about how many trades are going to come out, how much you're going to be given. You will be able to be in position. 29 wins, 10 break evens, meaning no money was lost, and 11 losses. 1,622 pips just in the month of April alone. Drop a 9 in the chat box if you can see yourself succeeding somehow inside of this system. This is what I love about what we have our hands on here inside of our education. There's truly something for everybody. But the truth of the matter is, education is great. Making money is great. But drop a 9 in the chat box if you understand that health is truly wealth. That when you start getting to the points that you want to financially, you're going to want to be at your highest level. You're going to want your wellness to be at its best point so that you can now feel good and operate even better. So the next thing I want to show you all is a little bit about our health products. One thing about our platform is that we take pride in making sure that people feel good, look good, and are continually getting better. Drop a 9 if you take a heavy interest into your health as well. I want to show you a couple of what we have available on our health platform. And once you can see my screen, drop a 1. Here inside of our health pillar, we know that your body is literally your first business. That's why we have products that support your energy, antioxidants, your cellular health, and your cosmetics. So from skincare to healthy hair, clear mind to strong core, JIFU's Health is going to open every door for your wellness needs. I see my brother Zion Latham on the call. He literally bought his mom some of our health products for Mother's Day because healthy lifestyle is not just our flex, it's our foundation. Okay. Now let's talk about the reward for living well, looking good, and earning an attainable income. How many of you all like to travel? Pillar 3 of our information is going into our travel portal and platform. And I love our travel portal because it gives you access to luxury travel at exclusive prices. And I'm going to bring up the portal just for you all today to show you a little bit more about what we have our hands on. Let me know in the chat about what's one place that you all want to go to very, very soon. Where would you all like to travel? I always go into the flights first because when it comes to travel, you have to get there before you can grab a hotel or a car. So let's talk about flights. My brother Dre said Jamaica. Let's look into Jamaica. I think he lives in Charleston. Charleston? I don't know if Charleston has a airport. These don't look familiar. Let's do Atlanta. You can never go wrong flying from Atlanta. Dre's gonna go to Jamaica from Atlanta. Let's see. Dre, do you have dates for your trip to Jamaica? Let's see. And this is just a little glimpse inside of our travel platform, all through JIFU, showing you what we have our hands on. He said 626 to 631. Okay, perfect. 631. 630. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see how Dre's trip to Jamaica is going to look. And give me some other places you all would like to go. I'll do maybe 2 or 3 just to see where we'd like to go. Good dates. They said good dates for Dre. Okay. Round trip for less than $1,000 to Jamaica and back. Drop an 8 if you know that's pretty good. That's a pretty good price. I'm not even going to lie to you, Dre. That's a pretty good amount for you to take your trip to Jamaica. Q said he wants to go to Brazil. All right, let's check out Q's trip to Brazil. I think Q lives in Atlanta as well. So let's go Brazil. Brazil. What's the Brazil airport? Oh, somebody said Cali to DR. Oh my goodness. Y'all have some major trips planned. Switzerland. Okay, John said Japan. Let's see. We did Japan previously, and people like going to Japan. Let's see. Let's see. Same dates for John's trip to Japan. Let's check it out. And the last one, we'll do Demi's trip for the last one. Now, I know Japan is far outside of the country, so it might be a little bit more, but let's see what kind of deals we can get inside of our travel platform. And we're going to let it load here. Awesome. While it's loading, drop a 7 if you're enjoying the information, the opportunity at Health and Wealth from Atlanta to Japan for $2,000. That's a very good price. Round trip. This is 2 tickets under $2,000 from Atlanta to Japan. These prices are unmatched. If you were to go look at them on other travel platforms, they would be around $8,000. Okay, last but not least, I saw Demi put her trip in the chat box. She said from Maryland to Miami, Florida. Let's check it out. Baltimore. Okay, she wants to go to Miami. Let's do all. And then her dates are June 20th. This sounds intentional. June 20th to June 24th. Let's check it out. I just want to show you all what it's going to look like when you're utilizing our travel platform. And we'll let this be the last one. We'll let it load here. Somebody said that trip is already planned. Okay. Oh, wow. 254 round trip from Baltimore to Miami for 254. I should book this myself. Oh my goodness. I just flew to Miami a couple of weeks ago and it was like $400. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is wild. I'm not even going to kid you all. This is wild. My eyes just got big. Demi, when we get to the rich side of things, when we get up 7 figures, I'll book this flight for you. This is incredible. You might as well go book it now. 100%. Drop a 9 if you understand that our travel platform is simply making it easier for you to go the places you want to go, see the parts of the world you want to see, and do the things that you want to do on behalf of JIFU. See, now at this point, you've understood a little bit more about our education. You've dove in a little bit deeper into our health and wellness, and you've learned a little bit more about our travel platform. Can you all believe that all of this information is packed together inside of our academy, giving you every single thing under one umbrella? Out of all these options on the screen, which 2 are your favorite? Whether it's foreign exchange, crypto, stocks, e-com, credit, finance, social media, real estate, fitness, AI and leadership, and even the academies that are still progressing and loading, they will be in position as soon as you are. I see foreign exchange and crypto. I see foreign exchange and e-commerce. I see all. You know, in the past, there was a time where you had to pick 2 of these and then the other ones could be added on for your convenience. But what if I told you all that we've bundled all of these packages together up front so that you don't have to worry about what's to come, so that you can go further, faster for something as low as $10 per day? Drop a 2 in the chat box if you understand that every single thing in life is going to cost you something, time or money. You just have to decide which one you're willing to sacrifice to get to your Miami trip, to get to Japan, to get to Taiwan, and to get to those new heights that you want to reach. See, one thing I understand is that there's 3 types of people on this call right now. Person number 1, you're excited. You're looking at this information like, wow, this is something I can do. And drop a 1 if you relate to that. You're saying I can make this happen if I just put myself in position. If there's a bet to be made, I'm going to bet on me. Send me over what's required for me to get in position. I won't let another day pass by without me having access to this portal, access to this education, access to this copy paste, and access to this health and wellness $2.99, I would spend that on a flight. $2.99, I spend that on shoes. $2.99, I spend that on a night out with my friends, and none of that has ever paid me back. I'm willing to make this decision and see how it goes. Person number two, you say, I love what I see. I know that I can win off of this. I was waiting on something that could change the game in my life. I want to make this happen. But right now, my finances are in a place where I need a little bit of assistance. And for everybody who's person number two, I want to do something special. There's 56,000 of us on the call. I want to open up 5 spots. Drop a 5 if I can open up maybe 5 spots. I'm feeling generous. I had a very good day trading in the market. I want to open up 5 spots for $50 off. Reach back out to the person who invited you. Tell them I need the Tia special, and they're going to get you started today for not $2.99, but $249.99. Now it's only the first 5, so please move with urgency. Let them know right now I need what's required. You can go ahead and get off and contact them immediately. Tell them I need the Tia special so that you can get in position, so that you're on our next live session, so that you're learning with us together, so that you're utilizing this portal yourself, and you're on the next flight to Miami for less than $200. Drop a 2 for all the people who are person number 2. I'm excited for your journey, and I'm excited for your next level of success. The last person is person number 3. They say, I'm not sure if this is for me right now, but I know somebody who can win with this. I'll send you their information, and when it's my time, I will get in position. And for the person who's person number 3, I want you to understand this. I know that there's a bit of hesitation in your mind, but the truth of the matter is that if you always do what you've always done, you'll always have what you've always had. My question for every single one of you all is, out of the money that you've had in your bank account for the past 10 years, how much of it have you multiplied to date? And I'll give a moment for you all to answer that in the chat box. Out of the money that you've had in your bank account for the past 10 years or so, how much of it have you multiplied to this day? And if the answer is none or a small percentage yield, I want you to know that I have something special just for you. I've learned along this journey that wealth is not just what you make, it's what you can multiply. It's how you can grow and how you can develop additional streams. And by the limited number of answers in the chat box, I understand that we need to multiply our money just a little bit more. Drop a 4 if more money sounds good to you. If something like recurring income for doing something one time the right way appeals to you, because I want to show you a way to increase your income by advancing your impact through our academy. Keep the 4s coming if you know that this information works. If you know that we went 49-0, if you know that we're creating success on all 4 fronts through health, wealth, and travel. And now that you know that you can put others in position to do the same. Now, this part of our information is 100% optional. You don't have to do it at all. But if you went to a movie last week and you liked it, drop a 1 if you probably tell somebody you enjoyed it. And the truth is that the movie theater, the actors, and the directors wouldn't give you a single dollar for telling somebody, but they receive something in exchange. Here in our academy, when you like what we do, when you enjoy our platform, when you like copy paste, and when you eat off of this information, we decide to give you something in exchange. And drop an 8 if you can appreciate us making sure that the people who are positioning others are also positioning themselves. See, our first level of success is called executive. We waive your monthly registration at executive because you've now had 4 people say yes to learning alongside you. 4 people say yes to health, wellness, and travel. And now you all have created a group where you're taking trips together, where you're making bread together, and where you're learning this information together, and you're not eating alone. Drop a 7 if you understand. No rich people ever say, yeah, I got to the top by myself. It was great. They want their friends and family in the jet with them, on the trips with them, experiencing life with them. Our next level of success is called silver. When you impact 14 individuals, you're now making $700 a month. Let me know in the chat box, what could an extra $700 a month do for you? For some people, that's your phone bill. Some of you all, that's groceries covered. For some of us, that's a new iPad. That's something to put you back in position for more money. Coming to you recurring. That's a car payment for some people. Exactly. That's bills. Talk to me. Okay. I want you to look at these numbers not so much as income, but as freedom amounts. Which amount could help you become free? Which amount could alleviate you of debt, alleviate you of bills, and change your current situation? Our next level impacts 30 lives, the level called gold, making $1,000 a month. Now, what could you all do with $1,000 a month? For some of us, that's rent. For some of us, that's our next vacation. For Demi, that's your flight times 3. There's multiple levels of success that can be reached at this amount of gold. And I love talking about this gold level because at $1,000 a month, you've separated yourself. Drop a 1 if you understand that 90% of the United States doesn't have $1,000 saved in a bank account. So when you achieve the level of gold, you've now put yourself in a different caliber from the entire country. These increased amounts are not normal. If y'all look at Z's screen, he's actually holding up one of our body butters right now. Can you all see it? There you go. This is what you call not only utilizing the system, but being a part of the system. Thank you, Z. And a special thing about Z, he knocked out one of these levels this morning, but I won't say too much. Okay, I'll keep it cordial. The next level I want to talk about is the platinum level. Okay, at the platinum level, you're making $2,000 a month. Can I get a 2K in the chat box? Because platinum is special. When I first started this industry, what are you all doing with an extra 2K a month? Mortgage, taking your mom on the trip, putting a down payment on your family's house, starting your B&B business, opening your e-commerce store. What are you doing with 2K? When I started this industry, 2K was my goal. I told myself, if I can just make $2,000 a month and have my full-time engineering career at NASA, that'll work. That was literally my first goal. I looked at the plan. I said, I can do that. Drop a 1 if you've looked at this plan and you've already identified a number that you can achieve. I love it. I love it. Again, don't look at it as income. Look at these as freedom amounts. What number will set you free? What number will have you wake up in the morning more excited? What number will have you no longer worried or have collectors calling your phone? What number will make things feasible for you and your family? That's what you should look at these as, because the people are going to come. Drop a 2 if you understand. If you have something that works and works continuously, attracting people is the simple part. Your credibility is going to increase no matter what. See, this leads me to our next level of $5,000 a month. Elite executive. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Neno Torres. He just knocked this level out yesterday. He's impacting 250 lives. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my brother. Neno, I love you. I know that you can hear me and feel me somewhere. And this $5,000 a month mark is special because this is when I made the shift. When I achieved the level of $5,000 a month, life was no longer the same. I was able to trade a little bit more. I was able to live a little bit more. I vacationed a little bit differently. Something about $1,250 every 7 days. It just shifted things around for me. 5K a month is when I made the decision to walk away from a 6-figure engineering career. I told my boss that this was great, but I think I'm ready to chase my potential. I think my purpose lies a little greater than this 4x4 cubicle. I told him that making rockets was great, making airplanes was fun, but there's something about making millionaires that's just a little bit better. And I left. I shifted into full-time entrepreneurship. And 32 days later, I achieved our next level of director. $10,000 a month, impacting 500 lives, full-time freedom, full-time confidence, full-time investor, and full-time legacy chasing. Nothing was the same. So when you look at these numbers, please don't look at them as income. Look at them as a freedom amount. Look at them as what's going to change things for your last name, what's going to shift your trajectory, what's going to make you the hometown hero, what's going to allow you to give back to your high school, to open the gym in your grandparents' name, to open the road based off of your son or daughter. What's going to shake things up for you? Drop a 1 if you understand. When we were younger, we all said, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. Well, now we're adults. What avenue do you have to truly achieve that? If what you were doing was going to make you a millionaire, drop a 1 if you understand it already would have. At some point, we have to adopt the concept that the middle class makes money, but the wealthy know how to multiply money. You'll get started in this for lifestyle, but you'll stay for the legacy. In order for something to change in your life, you have to change something in your life. You have to shift. So for the people who are ready to design a lifestyle that you no longer need a vacation from, we welcome you. And I want you to know that you weren't born to escape purpose. You were born to expand it. So for everybody who's looking forward to expanding into Alpha Society, expanding into JIFU, and expanding your circumference today, I look forward to seeing you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. But here in our family, we'll never look down on anybody unless we're willing to help them up. Have a good night, fam.